My vocal stems are all over the place.
All the best people are crazy. All the best people are.
What's up, crazies? My name's Jessie, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am a digital and media engineer, also known as a conforming artist who spent the last couple of years working in film post-production, who can tell you a lot about how movies are made and what to notice while watching them. We are currently watching Ginny and Georgia season 3, and today it is episode 3 and Forced Turn. Let's dive in.
Sometimes I feel like I missed the day when they explained how to exist.
Same, girl. I've been improvising since '98. At school, Max and Ginny walk down the hall, and Max tells Ginny about this fundraiser called Tulips and Tuxes, which is basically just a dance that the school holds, which is not limited to just one grade level like prom.
I don't want us to be weird, since we almost kissed.
Don't be weird.
You two left being normal in season 1. That ship sailed. Also, I love that color on Marcus. It really suits him. I haven't seen him in a color like that.
Here, you going to that dance?
That face is my spirit animal. Somebody screenshot that and put it on a t-shirt and then send it to me. Thank you. Back at home, Ellen and Georgia are talking about how each of them are doing.
Enough about me. How are you?
Oh, well, you know, I find I'm only ever as happy as my least happy child, so I'm never very happy.
Your happiness should not be correlated to the well-being of your child, whether they're doing good or bad. You are two separate people, and of course you can worry if they're doing badly, or you can be happy for them if they're doing well. However, your entire state of happiness cannot be dependent on the well-being of your child. That's unfair to your child. And it kind of puts the child into the position of having the responsibility of your feelings, your well-being, and your entire emotional state. That's not your child's job. That is your job.
Ginny told me that she needed space. Huh? I'm your mother. You don't get to have space from me.
Oh, well, you have learned nothing, Georgia. Of course, your child gets to have space from you. Again, they are their own person and deserve autonomy. And Ellen agreeing with Georgia here makes me so annoyed. Ginny's mom is on trial for murder. Of course she wants space from that. That's just common sense. Then Zion's mom, Lynette, shows up and asks Georgia what her plan is if she does get convicted. What happens to Ginny and Austin?
Now, do you know who would get the kids?
I will get the kids because I'm not going anywhere.
I wouldn't be so sure about that, Georgia. I mean, you are guilty. And best case scenario, if the justice system does its job and things go the way they're supposed to, the guilty people go to jail. Paul goes to Blue Farm to pick something up, and there Joe tells him that he was at his house during the time of Tom's passing, offering up his help in case Georgia needs an alibi. Which is so typical Joe. Like, he's too good for this town. Honestly. I feel like he is the most selfless person in all of Wellsbury. Georgia has done nothing but lie to him, manipulate him, and like treat him as a puppet most of the time, but he still is showing up for her. Like, he is there in court with her. Now he's offering up an alibi. Like, he's still in her corner and has been forever, which is crazy. It's like the ultimate simp, but at the same time, he's just such a good guy. Honestly, he deserves someone who won't use him for his kindness. He deserves someone who's kind to him and does not want anything in return. Ladies, that's a good guy. Look for a Joe. At school, Austin tries to talk to Zach.
Zach, my mom said to stay away from you.
Oh, my heart is breaking. I feel so sorry for Austin. He really has it the worst. Like, Ginny at least has a good father, but Austin is the son of 2 criminals. One is a thief and a fraud and a domestic abuser, and the other one is a thief and a murderer. Yeah. Poor kid.
You know, this is why I don't tell you anything. You always gaslight me.
What is that?
Girl, you are the master of gaslighting.
You invalidate my feelings.
Well, that's because you have so many.
And guilt tripping. Probably should look up the meaning of that as well.
I know you're still mad at me.
Of course she is. You killed 3 people and burdened your 16-year-old daughter with that secret. And now she has to keep it a secret forever. And then when that burden gets too much and she needs a break, you just keep invading her personal space over and over and over again.
I know you don't care about anything I have to say, but I think you should go to this dance.
Except I don't want to. It sounds so familiar. It's like I've said it before.
Ooh. I like Ginny being sassy. Yeah, you go tell her. You don't want to go? Don't go.
But I can't bear it if you're not going because of what's happening with me.
Oh, so it's really about you.
Her tricks don't work on Ginny anymore. Yes, she can see through her now. Therapy's working. At dinner with Zion, his mom, and his girlfriend Simone, Ginny's grandmother actually manages to persuade Ginny to go to that tux and tulips dance after all. And that annoys me so much because can't anyone in this family let Ginny make her own decision? If she don't want to go, she don't gotta go. Simple as that. They're giving her FOMO. People spend years of their life trying to overcome the fear of missing out. She doesn't have that. And she has her needs. She's like, I don't want people to look at me. I don't want people to talk about me even more. Put myself in a situation where, everybody's already staring, that they stare more because, it's dance. Everybody looks at your outfits and judges you for it. So I completely understand. And everybody around her should be like, oh yeah, of course I get it. But no, they're like, oh, if I were you, I would have so much fun. But you're not her. Okay, that's Ginny's choice. Stop making it for her.
This is not what we signed up for. But in sickness or in health, for better or for worse, I said it, and I meant it.
Yeah, right. Whatever you say.
Whatever you say.
I truly do not understand why this man is with Georgia. They have nothing in common. Besides work, what do they even talk about? And all she does is manipulate him and lie and hide things from him. Wow, so attractive. Sign me up.
So I was thinking about tulips and tuxes. It could be fun.
Oh my god. Not the next one whining about this when it has nothing to do with them. Goodness, can't anyone accept their children's choices? Especially about whether they're going to one dumb school dance or not. That's the most unimportant thing. Especially for Marcus, a severely depressed person. This kind of function could overwhelm his already overstimulated nervous system, and who knows what could happen if that completely explodes. Maybe he has a mental breakdown or worse. I understand why he doesn't go. Why is it so hard for those parents to get? If that were my child, you don't have to do anything. If you want to go, go. If you don't, let's have a movie night at home instead. Easy.
Can everyone just leave me alone?
You don't have to be nasty.
Sorry.
Oh my god, bro.
This is not about you, Ellen. I know where Max gets that from now. Instead of walking away upset because he didn't react the way you'd hoped he would, why don't you sit down with your child and ask them what they want or why they don't want to go in the first place? Instead of telling him what you think he will feel when he goes, why don't you ask him what he thinks will happen if he goes? And then if he opens up to you, you listen to listen, not to reply. And if the case should be that they indeed have any anxiety or worry about it, you can try and soothe them, tell them everything is gonna be okay. But if the answer simply is, hey, I don't want to go because I don't want to go, or I don't want to go because my nervous system is already pretty much overstimulated, then it's your job to accept it and leave it at that.
If I'm convicted, you'll get your wish. You'll have plenty of space.
This woman makes me rage with the fury of 1,000 suns. Not her weaponizing her own child's boundaries against her. What the fuck? You need therapy.
I want to be there for all your dances. I want to see your wedding. I want to be there when you have baby.
Well, still, Ginny's life is not about you, ma'am. You could have been part of all that if you had murdered 3 people. And even if you hadn't done that, you still have no right to be part of any of it. It is still Ginny's life and still her decision if she wants you to be part of those moments or not. Hot take. Just because you birthed her does not give you the entitlement to be invited into those kind of moments. Your child owes you nothing. You can read? Huh. What do you know? Also, this song has the exact same chord progression as
I made a man with eyes of coal and a smile so bewitching.
How was I supposed to know that my mom was dead in the kitchen? In the afternoon, Georgia's lawyer asks Austin about the night of Tom's death.
I didn't
hear or see anything, and then we went home.
Paul walks into the kitchen and asks if Joe and Gil stopped by that same night, and Georgia adds them to her statement. The lawyer then says that he has spoken to his expert and that it is technically possible that Tom suffocated by accident. Later that day, Lynette takes Ginny dress shopping and takes Simone with them, which is not at all awkward, but like that mother also loves to just manipulate and be like, hey, here, this could be your potential new mom in case your other mom, real mom, goes to prison. Here is a taste of that.
Jenny, come out. Let me see it. Oh my.
Oh no.
Bro, you look like you're homeschooled.
Oh my god, yeah. Abby encapsulated that vibe completely right. Ginny opens up to Abby about almost kissing Marcus, and Abby asks if it meant anything, but Ginny still insists on them just being friends, which we have established in my last video that that's not really true, because these two are in a codependent, semi-romantic relationship. It's just much more nuanced than just friends or just exes.
I don't know what to do, Max. Your brother isn't well.
Girl, why are you coming to your 16-year-old daughter with that? That's not her burden. Go ask a therapist these things, not your child. Why is she tasking Max with looking after Marcus? Why is it Max's job to take care of her brother? That's not her responsibility, ma'am. That is yours. Max invites Ginny over to game night at her house. During Uno, Ginny actually tells Max's mom that she found a dress for the dance, which Ellen then uses to nag Marcus about not going to the dance, which makes him leave, understandably. Can't you just let it go?
He's not magically gonna not be depressed if he goes to this dance. You know that, right?
Yes, Maxine. Thank you.
Thank you.
And again, instead of pushing him to ignore his needs, ask him what he needs. Ask him why he doesn't want to go. But frankly, not even that is your business. He said no. Your job is to accept it. The rest of the friend group is hanging out in Brody's basement, as usual. While the guys are gone, Abby notices that Samantha threw up in the bathroom again after eating. And so she opens up to Samantha about how she gets it, because she does it too. Samantha shows her a dress that she got for the dance, and the two get a little closer.
I've always secretly kind of had a crush on you.
I mean, who doesn't? Right? Okay. I don't like Samantha, but by awakening for Abby, let's go. I'm all here for it.
I love you.
Why?
Why?
I don't understand what he sees in her. I mean, of course she's gorgeous. That's not a reason to be with someone, let alone marry them. Is it status? Because he's the mayor, he wants a pretty face next to him? But that's gone to shit now, because that pretty face is now on trial for murder. So what is it? Do you know? If you have any idea why Paul married Georgia, why he's in love with her, please let me know in the comments.
And I am putting everything on the line for you. You know that, right? So if there was anything else that I needed to know, you would tell me.
Nope. You know nothing, Jon Snow. You're literally being kept in the dark. You know like 5% of the truth.
Mom's really sad, you know.
Yeah, Austin, I know. But guess what? So am I. And so are you. And her feelings aren't always our responsibility.
Yes, tell him, Ginny. And actually, her feelings are never your responsibility. Not just sometimes, never. Even though she's made it your responsibility your entire lives, it's not. She's a grown woman, responsible for her own actions, decisions, and feelings. It was never on you.
Do you guys ever think about how much you think about what other people think about you, but then they're probably only thinking about what you're thinking about them, but you're not, and then it's just like a cycle?
Yeah. You know, the older you get, the more you realize that you truly don't have one single lived experience that nobody else has had. None of your experiences are unique, which in moments where life sucks can actually be very uplifting, because that means that you're not alone. Somebody else understands what you're going through, at least one person on this planet. At the dance, Ginny and her friends are having fun, dancing, taking pictures, when suddenly somebody else walks in.
Okay, pirate line.
Oh my god, yes! I was shipping these two the whole time. Padma and Hunter, they fit so well together. She's the only girl in all of the characters that we know that actually matches his maturity level, because he's miles ahead in maturity of all of the guys in the friend group. She's so kind and so caring, and they're both songwriters, so like this is perfect. Plus, I feel like their tempers are much alike and they have similar interests. So yeah, aw, yay! I love this. I love this. Back at home, Lynette sits down and talks with Georgia, who opens up about her greatest fear.
What if she doesn't need me? You're her mom. No one else can be that for her. That is special and that is strong, and everyone needs that.
That is very true. Everybody needs parental support, and Georgia never had that. It just adds to the reasons why she ended up as messed up as she did. But I still don't feel sorry for her, because just because you didn't have parental support and a very fucked up upbringing does not give you the right or justifies you murdering 3 people. And especially the third guy who never hurt you. Like, I understand it with the Anthony Green guy, he was a creep. I understand it, all in quotation marks, understand it with Kenny because he was making moves on his stepdaughter. What an ass. But Tom, who was dying already? Make it make sense? It don't. Back at the dance, Samantha walks in with Presley, all lovey-dovey. This girl is such an ass. You can't like her. She has 0 redeemable qualities about her. Just when you thought, oh, she might not be that bad, she turns around and proves you wrong immediately.
Immediately ruined it, Bill. Immediately.
And having enough of that charade, which I would too, Abby runs off away from the dance floor into the hall, where she coincidentally runs into Marcus.
I only came to make my mom happy.
You came here for Ginny.
No. Bro, you need to start doing things for you. You got enough people around you with their expectations who say they care about you, but only if you fit the mold and only if you behave the way they expect you to. No wonder he's not doing better. And now he's out drinking, which, amazing. Is that what you wanted, Alan? Is that what you wanted? Your son getting drunk?
I hate men.
Same.
Be gay.
It's not a choice, but yeah, I get it. That evening in the mayor's office, Nick approaches Paul, telling him he's quitting. Paul then threatens Nick to railroad Nick's career if he quits, because Nick knew Georgia was embezzling money from the city funds and did not tell Paul. Blackmailing, huh? Paul, maybe he and Georgia aren't so different after all, because blackmailing seems to come very easy to him. I think I'm starting to get it. Maybe same recognized same. Maybe Paul has a darker side to him and he could sense that. And he was like, ooh, come here.
I want to hear what you think you know about my wife.
I really don't think you do.
Yeah, Nick's right. You don't know what you're asking there, Paul. But it's important for him to know anyways. Back at the dance, a romantic slow dancing song comes on, because of course it does, because it always does in these movies. And Ginny has nobody to dance with. But guess who walks in to dance with Ginny? And guess what they end up doing? Ain't nobody could have seen that coming. Of course they do. Plus, he's fully drunk. Probably won't even remember kissing her. During the dance, Abby gets so drunk that Nora has to take her home, where her mom walks in and confronts her about her entire state. In her drunken state, Abby finally lets it all out and lets her mom have it.
Dad left and you just like fell apart. I really needed you. Don't you talk to me like that, Abigail. I am your mother.
Yeah, well, you don't act like it.
Oof, good comeback, Abby. And very true. Her daughter literally has bulimia, and she's too self-involved to see how bad she's doing, to see how much the divorce and the entire state of Abby's home life is affecting her, how negatively it's affecting her. What is it with all of these useless parents in the show? Does nobody see how their children are doing? Are they all blind?
Hi, Mom.
Jenny, how is it?
It's fun.
Oh, quick filmmaking appreciation note. This actually looks like they are legitimately FaceTiming, because you can see Georgia in the bottom of her own screen and vice versa. And so often in TV shows, they always only use like the person who's calling and don't show the smaller selfie camera. But that's not how FaceTime calls work in real life. I know it's just a small thing, but I don't know, it just always annoys me because it takes away from the make-believe realism, and that just is a tiny everyday thing that we know so well. And then in movies, it's just always missing something. But here, I so very much appreciated that they took that extra little step and made sure to make it look like a real FaceTime call. Thank you, Netflix.
Mom, I called you because
I love you. I need you there for every dance.
Aw, admittedly, that was sweet. And I understand Ginny needing her mom and sharing this moment with her. Of course, she is her mom, despite it all.
It's all about perception. If you control perception, you control reality. And that's power. That's how you get away with murder.
Yeesh. Okay. I'll take your word for it, Georgia. You did it twice before. I guess you know what you're talking about. Some neighbor just started using some, I don't know, machinery, whatever. If you hear buzzing, it's that. I hope it doesn't bother you guys too much, or if you can even hear it. I'm just annoyed. You can never film. Mittagsruhe, man. On the other side of town, Marcus wakes up completely hungover at a random playground. Great. Is that what you wanted to happen, Alan? With all of the alcohol he's abusing, I truly question his parents' competence. He's drunk so often. Plus, he's taking antidepressants, which alcohol and that, very bad combination. Extremely bad. He must be out of his mind. Not that he's doing crazy things, but he must not remember stuff and just be completely not himself. Don't the parents notice that? Like, the mom is so concerned for him to go to this one stupid dance, but doesn't realize how far gone he is?
Josh is coming over. He got the discovery. So now we'll know what they have on me.
Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know.
That'll be interesting.
Oh yeah, very interesting. I've been wanting to know what their reason for Georgia's arrest was in the first place since the end of last season, which was 2 years ago. So I'm waiting for this one.
And when can I just be?
Yes. She was never allowed to just be. Ever since she was, what, this big? She always had to take on responsibilities that were never hers, should never have been hers, because she was way too little. And it only gets worse the older you get. And especially kids should be able to just be, you know, don't have any concerns yet. They'll have stress and responsibilities soon enough. Also, nothing more relatable has ever been said. I feel that so much. Like, when can I stop running after fulfilling responsibility after responsibility after responsibility and can simply just be? What would it be like to be?
What would it be like to be free?
But you know I'm here for you, right?
I'm so glad that Ginny has her dad. Yeah, he was a bit of a floozy while she was a child and was not really there, but he really buckled down and he even moved to be near her, settled down, and is now fully showing up for her. She really needs that, especially now. Plus, he's a good dad. He's a good person. He's not a Gil or a Georgia. He's just a Zion. Yeah, he's not perfect, but he's not a psychopath. Back at Georgia's, she and her lawyer are going through the documents the prosecution has on her. Her lawyer says it was criminal how she was arrested in the first place, and that the evidence officially states that the cause of death was indeed suffocation. Then Georgia sees Gabriel, aka Jessie, the PI on the witness list of the prosecution.
He's been pulling up all this stuff about my past. He hates me.
This trial is about Thomas Fuller dying of suffocation. That's it. I would say that their case is thin.
Even so, they are right. Georgia kind of did it. I really wonder if that will come out in court and if that Gabriel guy will testify. Georgia winning or not, it all comes down to how good her lawyer is, how strong those witness statements are, and just also how good the prosecutor makes their case. So, this is a very, very exciting trial. The lawyer also states that he thinks all of this, arresting Georgia, was a political move against Paul. And that is the first reason I've heard so far that makes sense to me why they arrested Georgia in the first place. Later, Georgia is in her bedroom practicing her statement, making a complete show out of it. As Charles Boyle would say, filled with
tears and snot.
I went into the room, and there he was, dead. It was an accident. A horrible accident.
I don't have high hopes for that working on the jury. Be honest, would you believe that? It was a horrible accident. Fake much?
You were right, what you said. I haven't been handling things well.
Oh my god, a mother holding herself accountable? Are we still watching Ginny and Georgia? What a happy surprise in this show. Some parents are not as useless as I thought. Wow. I'm doing the Emma Stone, wow. Look, you triggered my wow. Wow. She actually took to heart what her daughter was saying, even if it wasn't anger and she was drunk, but she heard her. Props to Abby's mom for actually listening and paying attention and actually caring.
You've got to get your grades up. I signed you up for peer tutoring. I haven't been setting a good example, but we have to do better, both of us.
Good. Being consequential. She's like, okay, you're getting a tutor now. Everything will be fine. This is what a parent putting in the work looks like. Maybe you should talk with her, Ellen. Aren't y'all friends? The moms of the kids? Maybe you should talk to I don't know her name, to Abby's mom. I also hope that Abby's mom being honest with her and showing up for her and really trying will help Abby with her eating disorder. And I really hope that she can confide in her and get the professional help that she really needs. During the dance, somebody apparently completely vandalized and destroyed, apparently, Mr. Gitten's classroom, that racist teacher, where Ginny had to drop out of classroom. Nobody really cares about his classroom, but whatever. He's sad. They call in Ginny, and he of course accuses her because he's still racist, but actually it turns out it was Marcus. I guess in his drunken state, like his protectiveness came out and he let it all out, unfortunately in not a super productive or healthy way.
You know, we can also be single, just like work on ourselves and our futures.
Yup. She gets it. Being single is so much fun. The autonomy, the freedom, the opportunity to get to know yourself better, to know what you want, what you don't want, is so underrated. Just be single. You wonder why I'm always preaching to be single? It's because I am single and I know how much fun it is. So just be single.
Hi. Tris.
Yeah, I remember. Are you my tutor? Cool.
Oh my god! Yay! This is the person Abby met at the skate park. I don't think I included that scene in the last episode. I'm sorry. Abby was at the skate park and she met this girl. Her name is Tris. And Abby was like, I like her, I think. I so hope they'll get together. Abby deserves to be with a good person. Someone who values her, doesn't take advantage of her, and is hot, which, check. Due to his vandalism, Marcus gets 1 month of suspension from school. Ginny, hearing this, sneaks over to his house to confront him about it. Ginny tries to comfort Marcus, but he backs down again, which triggers a very understandable rant from Ginny.
You keep sending me mixed signals and it's not fair. I hate not knowing where we stand.
I can't be with you. I don't love you anymore.
Oh my God!
This is bullshit writing. So lazy. Like, come on. Nobody believes you, Marcus. They could have at least been creative. Why doesn't he just tell her that he doesn't have the capacities to be dating right now?
Huh?
Because that's what's going on. And it's not because he doesn't love her. He literally told her he loved her in the last episode. Like, nobody believes that. Nobody buys that. And he kissed her in this one. So, excuse me if I don't buy this.
Nope.
One bit. I would hate so freaking much if they use this to set up Ginny with some other guy she doesn't really like. Like that weirdo wolf person from her poetry class. Oh, but that's probably why he's in the show. Oh no! I really hope that out of spite she doesn't do anything dumb and dates that guy now. And then does things with him that she regrets, like, I don't know, sleeping with him and getting pregnant or something. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? If that happens, I might have to quit. If she gets with Wolf and gets pregnant, that would annoy the living heck out of me if the story went that way. Okay, writers, don't let me down. You know, Ginny, just do what your friend said. Be single. Max overheard the dispute between Marcus and Ginny and confronts Marcus about why he trashed the classroom.
I didn't want to go to that dance. I told everyone I didn't want to go, but Mom was sad and Ginny wanted me there, so I went. And I shouldn't have. I knew I shouldn't.
This makes me so pissed. Because literally, just like I said in the last video, nobody seems to understand what Marcus is going through. Nobody. Doesn't his family know what depression looks like by now? As someone who's as severely depressed as Marcus, the recognition of his own needs is a huge win, because depressed people have a really hard time feeling their body, knowing their needs, sorting their feelings. And like he said from the start, he did not want to go. That didn't change when he went. He still didn't want to be there. But he felt pressured by everyone around him. Ginny, even though she didn't directly say anything to him. Max even mentioned something, of course his mom. And so he felt like he had to go. So he went, ignoring his need, which resulted in a complete breakdown. And now his parents are sad and pissed at him, not realizing that they brought this on their child. What he needs right now are not crying and annoyed parents. He needs parents who sit down with him and talk this through with him, like they should have from the start. Because all of this could have so easily been prevented if somebody would have just listened to him.
And I got there, and it was loud. And I got drunk.
Yeah. Exactly. Like I said, his nervous system was already overloaded, and then he felt compelled to go there, and it was too loud and was too much, so he got drunk. Being drunk, drinking, is his coping mechanism. He adapted, dealing with his depression, dealing with his grief, and any overwhelming emotions. And again, it's such a true failure on the side of the parents that they did not catch any of this.
I'm a piece of shit, and that's why, even though I love that girl so much it hurts, I can't be with her. Because I can barely be with myself.
Aww. That makes a lot of sense. Like I thought. Of course he still loves her, duh. But he just doesn't have the capacities for her because he barely has capacities for himself. And I love that he's confiding in Max and that for the first time ever, she's actually actively listening and really there for her brother. In school the next day, Austin, after having heard about Marcus's vandalism and then suspension, he feels inspired and thus vandalizes his own classroom in front of the teacher so he doesn't have to be in school anymore too. Oh, this poor kid. Points for creativity though. To Austin's dismay, however, his teacher is lenient and doesn't suspend him, so he storms off.
Austin, I know that Mom has a certain way of handling things, but we don't have to be like her.
I'd rather be like her than my dad.
Holy shit, what a statement. But I get it. Gil is a violent man, and he is truly filled with malice. Georgia, as flawed as she is, she's too narcissistic and self-assured to truly be evil. But Gil, you can see it in his eyes. That man is evil.
So evil, dude.
One day you're going to have a daughter, and I'm going to learn. And you will cry, and I will laugh.
Ah, the old, just wait until the day you have a daughter like you. Then you'll understand all of my overstepping and disrespecting and disregarding of your person and boundaries. Speech, which, in case nobody has told you this, kids, is bullshit, okay? Newsflash, you can be a parent and still respect your child. Huh? What? You can be a parent and still understand that your child is their own person with their own needs and thinking and autonomy. Ginny tells her mom that Gil was there with Austin's teacher today and that he wants Austin to go to therapy, which Ginny also thinks is a good idea. But Georgia rebuttals that and says maybe it should wait until after her murder trial because Austin is her only witness, and so they both agree on that, which, fair enough, I guess. But again, Austin's mental health, the kid's mental health, is not being put as a priority here. No, it's the mom's safety and her not getting caught that's put first. At Zion's place, he confesses to Simone that he loves her, but she confronts him about Georgia still looming over his life like a shadow.
You know, you can't just throw words around like that without being prepared to back them up. I need to know that you're really here. I deserve that.
You hear that, ladies? If anyone in this show, take Simone as your role model, okay? She knows who she is, what she deserves, and she'll take nothing less. Men like to talk the talk, but can they walk the walk? If he can't back up that sweet talk, let that man walk.
Hey, Wolf. Okay, let's get boba.
No. I said I did not want that story arc to happen. Look at this guy. He has douchebag written all over him. And he's cringe, and the way he talks just gives me the ick. Something about him, I'm just like, ugh.
I like to swim.
I am named Kim.
Your name's not Kim.
Great. Now can we get rid of him?
You haven't called me. You haven't checked in on me, nothing.
Yeah. And why the fuck should he? He's not your boyfriend or husband. He's not your brother or a cousin. All he ever was to you was a puppet who now refuses to be manipulated anymore. And you can't accept that as usual.
I have feelings for you, and you know that. And you pretend you don't.
You needed space.
Pattern? Huh. Seems like a lot of people need space from you, Georgia. Go figure. Skating.
Huh? We not be disappointed in me every dinner?
We're not disappointed. We're concerned, confused, and disappointed.
Then ask questions, you dinguses. Dingai, I don't know. Your son is acting out, and you have nothing better to do than show him how disappointed you are? That strategy is clearly not working. Like, has anyone besides Max even talked to him about why he went as far as vandalization? Because clearly, that's a mental breakdown. Somebody's sound of mind doesn't do that. So clearly, there are things going on with him. You guys are constantly only attacking the symptoms and never looking at the roots and just ignoring the roots of his issues. And you wonder why he's still not better?
You idiots! I went on a date. With who? Boy from my poetry class. Wolf.
Wolf? Accurate reaction. I mean, what kind of name is Wolf? For real. Is it supposed to be like a modernized version of Wolfgang? Either way, not a fan of Wolf. Except for the Stray Kids song. At the end of the episode, Georgia's trial finally starts, and it begins with opening statements. Opening statements are the part where the prosecution addresses the jury, laying down the facts of the case and the reason why the defendant is on trial. After that, the defendant's attorney addresses the jury, rebutting the prosecutor's reasoning and pleading that their client is not guilty and that the case will reveal just that. After opening statements, the prosecution calls their first witness, and guess who it is?
Gabriel Cordova.
Gabriel Cordova, aka Jessie, aka the PI, who knows all of Georgia's secrets.
I believe this goes beyond Tom Fuller. There is a pattern. I believe that we are dealing with a serial killer.
Objection! Motion to strike!
Oh my god. Well, yeah, true. And she should be in prison for life, but still, that was some crazy claim, sir. Oh god, oh my god. This is where the episode ends, and whew, what an ending. Ooh, I'm very excited to see what happens next. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of these two episodes, and if you think that Georgia should be in jail, or she should be released forever. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, but also to my second channel, Jessie Grace, where I'm starting out as an indie musician. Turn on notifications to never miss an upload and all the amazing content coming your way. Stay crazy. See you in 2 weeks. Bye! I close my eyes and see myself fly 1,000 miles away. I would take flight, but would it be right? My conscience tells me I must stay. I love Stray Kids. What is my brain?